It's Mario Vargas Llosa! I was born in March 28, 1936 in Arequipa, Peru. I studied law and literature at the University of San Marcos.
I was married to Julia Orquídez from 1955 to 1964 and to Patricia Llosa in 1965. I am highly recognized for my prose fiction, plays, and critical essays. My genres are drama, long fiction, non-fiction, and short fiction.
My most famous novels were The Greenhouse in 1965, The Time of the Hero in 1963, The Feast of the Goat in 2000, The Batgirl in 2006, and The War at the End of the World in 1981. Other novels are Death in the Andes, The Storyteller, A Fish in the Water, In Price of the Stepmother, and The Way to Paradise.
In this novel, I present a complete departure from traditional organization. Its theme is exploitation. Throughout, the strong oppress the weak, the educated oppress the illiterate, and the wealthy oppress the poor. It offers insight into Latin American history and culture. This novel is a critique of the hypocrisy and corruption of Peruvian society in general. The events of the book transpired during the rule dictatorship of General Manuel Odría, who ruled Peru for 8 years. It is also about growing up, honor, loyalty, bravery, and love. This novel portrays a fictionalized account of the notorious Trujillo dictatorship in the Dominican Republic. It teaches others about life under dictatorship. Although Trujillo brought stability and economic prosperity to the Dominican Republic, he was ruthless and performed autocratic techniques. It recounts a love affair that alternates between periods of ecstasy and deep despair for the narrator. The two main characters, Ricardo the good boy and Lily the bad girl, will become his lifelong love and obsession. In this novel, I recreate the turbulent events in the late 19th century Brazil. It has a clear relationship to the continuing history of revolt in Latin America. It is in fact a work about writing. I develop my own story by notation, classification, and explanation. Death in the Andes is an atmospheric suspense story and a political allegory, a panoramic view of contemporary Peru, written by me. I published it in 1993 and it won Premio Planeta de Novela. In this novel, I encounter two worlds that appear at odds with each other, our modern societies and the people that live in total harmony with natural environment. It was published in 1989 by Planeta Group. In this novel, Flora Tristan grows up in poverty and journeys to Peru to demand her inheritance. Flora returned in 1844 and she makes her name as a champion of the top rodent. Then Flora died before her grandson was born, as well as the obstinate pursuit of greatness, of illness, and of death. A Fish in the Water is a two-folded book about the memoir of Mario Vargas Llosa, beginning with his birth in 1936 in Arequipa, Peru, and the story of his organization of the reform movement for the Peruvian presidency in 1990. In Praise of the Stepmother has the themes mysterious nature of happiness and above all, the corrupting power of innocence. The author has met the demands of the erotic novel, never fading for an instant the poetic polish of his writing. In his Nobel Prize acceptance speech, Mario Vargas Llosa tells the story about a little boy who lived a brutal reality. The only way to escape his poorness and his reality was by reading or writing. Llosa ends his speech on how life turned into literature and vice versa. His fantasy turned into reality. In his speech, he quotes, not knowing whether he is dreaming or fully awake, whether what is happening is for real or a lie.
At a young age, I used to believe my father died, covered up by the heartbreaking divorce with my mother. But in 1946, my father appeared unexpectedly to take me away from my grandparents, moving me and my mom with him to Lima. For the first time, I experienced fear, injustice, and violence. I contributed to my country by winning the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2010. Also, the Pedro Enrique Ureña Prize in 2016, the Miguel de Cervantes Prize. I also posted letters for presidents in 1990, and I also depicted the social and political life in my writings.
In conclusion, Mario Vargas Llosa, as the creator of his own narrative which demonstrates an original Peruvian vision of things, relations, and of the world, with the discovery of human lust as an explanation of life, is one of the biggest hits from Latin American literature.
Created using Powtoon.